Hello everyone and welcome to another Timeless video. So today we're going to be taking a look at humans in Timeless format. A lot of you guys have been asking for humans, but I've been kind of holding off on playing humans because I do kind of think that the Death and Taxes with Stoneforge Mystic is just a better deck in general. But there is actually one thing that's going for the humans, and that is the fact that it can play 4 copies of Cavern of Souls. So currently, there's a lot of decks with mana drain. The blue color in this format is just so strong at the moment. I think black comes second because they have access to Dark Ritual, and I would say red coming in third. So naturally, there's going to be a lot of decks with black and blue together. And what's a deck that plays both of them? That's Dimir Control. You're going to see a lot of Dimir Controls, and this deck kind of dunks on them with Cavern of Souls. And since black is second most powerful color, there's also going to be a lot of Orcish Bowmasters, so we're actually not playing Dahlia in this deck, and instead we're playing 2 copies of Grand Abolisher. So this is a new card. I believe this is actually a reprint, but it is new to Timeless. But this card is kind of similar to Dahlia in the sense that does prevent opponent from playing very non-creature heavy decks with instant speed cards. Where this could be really useful is if you have a Cavern of Souls down and you put the Grand Abolisher onto the battlefield. Now opponent can counter the Grand Abolisher. That means the opponent's not going to be able to play anything that turn. So leaving that mana open, now they've lost a bunch of tempo. Now they have to play removal spells on their turn, which means they might tap out or not have enough mana to play another spell after they remove the Grand Abolisher. That means you can safely play out your 3 drops or 4 drops, in this case Inquisitor Captain, which is kind of the idea with this card. And lastly, I think Meddling Mage is pretty sick in this deck because not only is this card a human card, which you can play with Cavern of Souls, but you also have Juggernaut Peddlers, Reflector Mage, and Anointed Peacekeeper giving you information about their hand. If Cavern of Souls does come down against these decks, they might just surrender instantly. So with that said, I'm gonna be hopping over to some Timeless Special 3 to show you guys how the deck does. So let's hop on over. Okay, sure. Not quite the hand that we want, but we have all the colors. No 1-drops is kinda bad, but still decent. Okay. Looks like we have that kind of deck. It's called Natural Order with this because it costs less mana, and then we call Primal Titan with the Anointed Peacekeeper. Darn, they have a castle. So does that mean they have Primal Titan in hand? Why do they have an Elish Norn? Why? What the heck? Okay. Whatever reason, my opponent decided to play an Elish Norn in their deck, which is kind of weird. And we happen to get matched against them, which is also kind of weird. When we're playing a creature deck like ours, with a bunch of enter the battle effect triggers. It's a bit weird, I must say. That card is gonna lose us the game. Talk about matchmaking. Talk about matchmaking. I wonder if this deck actually needs some Ashioks in the sideboard. Very convenient. They decided to crack this. Why? I mean, this game kind of seems like it's over, to be fair. Yeah, we're not gonna get through this. They have too many zombies. And they have Hellish Norn for some reason. Okay, let's have some swords. I think that's about it. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, Kami. I might actually go Dahlia's Lieutenant first. So I can put on some pressure. They don't have a land, which is good. Play another Dahlia. Razor. So what my opponent has right now is Get Lost, I think. Or Veil of Summer, I guess. Attack, attack. I think they're dead, right? I just soars here and they're dead. Yeah, they're dead. I kind of wanted to see what they had in their hand. What about General Kudros to get rid of Primal Titan or Containment Priest? Yeah, Containment Priest actually could be pretty nice. It's like another hate versus like natural order. Maybe we don't need Adeline here since their deck is already slow enough. Oh, that sucks. Might have to mulligan to 5 here. Okay, we have a Containment Priest, so that's actually pretty relevant. Yep. And I hope that their entire hand is like, I don't know, like natural order, natural order. Because our hand does not look very good having to mulligan to 5. Ooh, Meddling Mage. So we currently have an answer to natural order. So we want a Meddling Mage, right? We call Primeval Titan. My opponent has a Veil of Summer again. Seems like. Interesting tech. Interesting tech. Okay, so looks like I do have to play the Containment Priest here. I wonder if I can afford to actually... Nice. Super nice. I was wondering how they casted this natural order, but... Huh, very interesting. This core is actually kind of nuts. Yeah, my opponent's actually kind of cooking. My opponent currently can't play Natural Order. They can't play Primal Titan. Are they dead? My opponent's actually dead. Wow, we actually won that one. This is supposed to be one of our probably bad matchups. Good enough. Good enough. Oh? Omnitel vibe here. We do have a Juggernaut, which is kind of cool. It's not. Okay. Well, this is actually really amazing. Like, that's really good. What are you gonna do? You can't counter it. My opponent's shocked. Yeah. Okay, apparently just mulligan to Cavern of Souls and win the game. We have Grand Abolisher and Cavern of Souls combo. Imagine that. Surgical in. Cathar might be actually pretty nice if they play Leyline. And it's also Flash. Flash creature is also nice. I think we just cut Reflector Mage and call it a day. So we need to find Cavern of Souls apparently because my opponent just surrendered immediately. Speaking of which. Yep. I am actually going to, let's see what they do. If they surveil, I will surveil in response. It is another land for the captain, but... I mean, we'll eventually draw land, right? The captain is just so far away. Alright, so we get to see what kind of deck they're playing. They have Stern Scolding. Oh, so good. There's so many decks that are playing counter spells right now, so kind of matchups. Okay, let's run out the Jarina. would be actually pretty nice here. Yeah, they can't play the game. Because of the Cavern of Souls, they can't actually play the game. So that's actually something that I realized. This format is so counterspell heavy. Nice. I'll take that. An awesome hand. If the Deathrise Shaman does not die, that is. Please don't die. Please don't die. Oh no. Okay, so my opponent is playing... Okay, we drew a Juggernaut, so that's actually really good. I think I'm gonna keep this Marsh Flats. So they're playing Zoo. Double bow me. I don't think I care about all of these except for Empty. Does this deck need double black? I don't think we do. Let's save some life total. Boom. They're gonna wanna flash in their Orcish Bowmaster here. They let it go. Interesting. Okay. Fine. If they use a binding on the Peacekeeper here, pretty good. Pretty good. I'd rather them do that instead of like on something else. Like Thalia, for instance. Shaman. Or another Peddler. Another Peddler. Currently the Esper Sentinel is kind of bad. These are just really bad cards, honestly. The Bowmaster, we don't care about. I think we just do that again and pass. A Meddling Mage, very good draw, by the way. Very good draw. Because now they have to play both the Orcish Bowmasters, right? We'll just call Juggernaut. We'll just call Juggernaut. Should I call Juggernaut or Giganta? Because, I mean, technically we can block the Juggernaut. Okay. Sentinel is useless. Ooh, that is actually sick. There's the Kavu. Reflector Mage, very good draw. Kind of unfortunate we can't actually attack here. Kavu again. What do we need? Like another captain? Like another captain would do. I guess Adeline might be kind of nice as well. A land is also pretty bad. Let's just eat that. I think I actually need to take 5 damage here. We have to take the 5 damage because we can't block this, right? At the moment. Because if they have a removal spell, then we're kind of screwed. So we need to grow our Dahlia. Wow. So this is a problem with Deathray Shaman, right? In cases like this, it's so bad. Because it wasn't a human, it didn't grow the Dahlia's Repentant. Like, I know Deathray Shaman is like probably one of the best cards in this format. It's actually one of the reasons why we can play Inquisitor Captain in this deck. Even though we're only running 22 lands. But it does come at a cost. Okay, so they did actually have another removal spell. Big sad. They have another one? Oh, snap. Well, we can't beat that. That's way too many. How many was that? 4? 5. 5 removal spells. Okay, so let's play some swords. And Kudro. And I think that's about it. Grand Abolisher can go out. Peddler is nice, but it's not that great versus them. Ooh, yikes. Multi 5. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. I think basically we try to get to captain or we lose kind of situation here. Let's actually just get rid of this. If we get a land, we can get an Inquisitor Captain down. That might actually get us there. Unfortunate. I mean, it is what it is. We did have to mulligan to 5, so we are playing with the card disadvantage here. Block? Nah. Why did they bring Stubborn Denial? They really gave us a card, huh? That's pretty cool. Okay. We don't know when the Deathray Shaman's gonna die. So let's do this. Hopefully they're still color screwed. I mean, they're playing a domain, so yeah, at least we got rid of a Kavu here. Nice. We keep drawing cards. Ooh. Okay, so what's the deal? Do I play the Reflector Mage or... I think we just push for damage with Captain. And if they play a Kavu next turn or something like that, we Reflector Mage. Nice. Game 3. Game 3. I think we just go again. Bit of a similar hand. We do have a swords. I think I'll keep this one. I'm kind of tired of mulliganing, honestly. Nice. Okay. Brawler out. Shaman in. Wow, binding. On that. So I'm assuming... interesting. Maybe they have like a lot of removals. Yeah, maybe guessing a lot of removals in their hand. It's very unfortunate we actually don't have mana for the Reflector Mage here. Otherwise, I would have actually definitely bounced the Wild Nakatl after what they've done with the Leyland Binding, because there's a good chance they actually don't have a creature in their hand. We might actually get colors. We might actually lose if we don't find a land here. Yeah, unfortunately, we actually have to block this. Yeah, it looks like they have a lot of removals. Yeah, they just drew the Wild Nakatl, by the way. Ooh. Not good. Not good. We can't block this. Come on, land. Lend me. Looks like we lost. Yikes. Could have gone Inquisitor Captain, blocked on the Nakatl, but now we have to do this. GG's. Very unsatisfying match, right? Like, game 2, we mulled to 5. My opponent got color screwed, so we won. Game 3, we got color screwed this time, and we lost. A very unsatisfying match here. Giganta. Well, this is kind of awkward. If Shaman decides to die, then we actually have no way of casting the Reflector Mage or Meddling Mage, so hopefully we get another fetch land. Please? Pretty please? Uro. Okay. Halfling. I guess I do have to just cast this now. Or I could actually reflect her mage. Huh. What's better? Reflect her mage or Juggernaut? I guess I'll go with Juggernaut because if I do get another land next turn, I get to do it twice. Oh wow. This is actually a disaster. Hold up. So if they cast Oko, I'm dead? Why Hushbringer? Why are you playing Hushbringer? Why are you a memer? Wow, this is actually problematic. I have to take the Oko. Yeah. I can't beat an Oko right now. That is so bad for me. Oh boy. Wait, they went with Uro instead? Instead of just playing the Hushbringer? Opponent? What if I have a green source? Your Uro's gone? Reflector Mage means that they play Hushbringer. Meddling Mage is as it enters the battlefield, so yeah, this is kind of problematic, isn't it? If I played it Adeline, I guess it wouldn't be so bad. I'm making another dude. They're kind of forced to play Swords to Plowshare. Because currently what I want them to do is make them use the swords on the Adeline so I can Meddling Mage the Hushbringer. Okay. I accidentally... Oh no. So bad. I made a... I was supposed to grab a blue source, but I did something completely different. I did something completely different. Might actually lose because of that. We'll see. We shall see. They have currently 4 cards in the yard because they just ate it with the Deathrise Shaman. So they can't currently play the Uro right now. And I think that's what they were going for, right? They thought that because they had Deathrise Shaman, like, you know, as their mana dork, and they had 4 mana, they thought they could just play the Uro there, but obviously they couldn't. Since it required the Deathrise Shaman to eat a card in their yard. So we'll have a Pitting Needle for Oko and General Kudros for Uro there. Unfortunately, I actually have to sideboard in frickin' Swords to Plowshare against their deck because they're playing the 2-mana card that prevents us from getting ETB triggers, which kind of sucks for us. I'm gonna go down on Hopeful Initiate, and I'm probably gonna go down on... I feel like Grand Abolisher. Like, looking at their cards, I don't know. I don't know about Grand Abolisher. Doesn't look like they played that many, like, Counterspells. Maybe Adeline? Meddling Mage? I'll try this. I'll play 3 copies of Swords, because Swords doesn't look like it's actually gonna be that good. Oh no. Do I believe in a land? Do I believe in a land? I don't. Oh god. This is worse. This is worse. I'll play a land and a pass. A Strict Proctor. Very, very annoying. I think I have to call Uro. Oh, that's so annoying. They called Uro, so they can't play it right now? What a disastrous game. We need a Swords too. Okay, maybe we need 4 Swords. This is ridiculous, right? They play Strict Proctor plus the Hushbringer as well? Too much. It's too much. So let's have Swords. Insane counter to our deck. Why? Why do you do that? We call Oko with this. Juggernaut. Well, actually, let's play Juggernaut first. Okay, we got Swords. Okay, so... could just get rid of Uro now. I don't like the fact that they have a Brainstorm, though. Yeah, we might actually have to get rid of this. We could also Swords the Deathray Shaman, but... I think we just pass. Because we can already deny opponent from playing an Oko here. We can just eat our own land. Also, they decided... Forest. This is what I was afraid of, right? Okay. Really wish I can just play Adeline here, but we can't because of the Deathray Shaman. So... Reprieve is annoying. I think we just take the Brainstorm. And call Oko with this. Close game. Bauble. Why would they play Bauble? I guess it does kind of synergize with Oko. But, like, that's about it. They're giving me a land. Okay. That was a very nice pickup. Did not reprieve. I don't know about that. I feel like they should have still reprieved there. Okay. Halfling. And pass. They're still holding up reprieve. Okay. Shaman. Okay, Shaman. That's stuck as well. Attack, attack. I feel like they should have reprieved when I played the Thalia's Lieutenant. Just to draw, right? Because their hand is just so bad. Okay, so I played quite a bit of games actually. I first didn't start with Meddling Mage and Reflector Mage, but after experiencing the disaster that is Omnitel, I was like, I don't want to lose to Omnitel. So I just had to play some Meddling Mage. It's just a really great card in general, especially if you pair it up with the Reflector Mage and Juggernaut Peddlers, right? Because the Peddler gives you information for the Meddling Mage, and the Reflector Mage also gives you information for the Meddling Mage. So I just thought that, you know, we're playing humans, so why not try the Meddling Mage? Two of the games that I played have resulted in instant concedes versus a control deck. As you can see, they just saw the Cavern of Souls, calling human. Their entire hand was covered in counterspells, so they probably conceded because of that. Yeah, very powerful card. I think you'll see more of this card in Modern Horizon 3 when Merfolk becomes part of the meta. Just for a little bit, but I fear that decks with Fury will probably take over the meta, shoving away the Merfolks away. Especially creature decks like this as well. Kind of hard to survive when too many decks are playing Fury. That's also one of the reasons why this deck actually does not play Thalia. We're playing the Grand Abolisher here instead of Thalia, because this card happens to be 2 toughness. This card is kind of sick when it works. Although we didn't actually see it in action in this video, but if you Cavern of Souls play the Grand Abolisher, even if the opponent has a bunch of removal spells in hand, they're gonna lose tempo, right? They're gonna lose tempo. So now they have to use the removal spells on opponent's turn, so which could mean that you could probably get in some other creatures in there as well. And we also saw some downsides to Deathrise Shaman, although Deathrise Shaman did, in a lot of cases, actually did come in handy. So for example, Deathrise Shaman ramping us into Inquisitor Captain, or ramping us into Anointed Peacekeepers, or Adeline. Like, those were so good, but sometimes when you have things like Thalia's Lieutenant on the battlefield, and then you top deck a Deathrise Shaman when you really needed a human, right? Just as you've seen from Domain matchup, we really needed the Thalia's Lieutenant to become a 5-power creature, but it just couldn't do that because we drew 2 Deathrise Shamans in a row. So it's kind of like a give or take. I think Deathrise Shaman is still incredible, despite having no synergy with the Thalia's Lieutenant. So this is going to be our only card that we're playing that doesn't synergize with humans. So I think you're gonna see some games where Deathrise Shaman is just incredible, and some games you're just not gonna see that because you just top decked a bunch of Deathrise Shamans when you had Thalia's Lieutenant. As for the sideboard, Swords of Plowshare, just an incredible card. Very convenient in a lot of cases. Especially, like, for some reason, I just played against a Field of the Dead with Elish Norn for some reason, very conveniently when we are playing a deck with a bunch of Enter the Battle effect triggers. And we also played against an Oko deck, a Bant mid-range, where they're playing cards like Hushbringer and Trick Proctor. So very conveniently, I decided to play humans today, and we just matched up against so many of these decks that say, no, you cannot play a deck with a bunch of Enter the Battle effect triggers. So, kind of weird games today. I think even without Ether Vial, like, you can kind of make humans work. There are some matchups that you just automatically win because they just play way too many counter spells. But there's also games where you might just kind of lose to top decks, such as the Field of the Dead matchup. Although I will say the Field of the Dead deck is rarely played on the ladder. And if you can also avoid Yagamoth altogether, I think you're gonna have a great time playing this deck. So yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye.